Hey everyone, happy Friday. Hope you had a great week. It's been a lot of fun here at the store. The feeders have been pretty busy, so that's really fun. It's always fun when you have lots of busy feeders with lots of birds. Have you been noticing the goldfinches changing colors? That has been so fun, especially this past month, because you're really seeing it. You can really see that color change happen. So they're kind of looking kind of blotchy out there, but you can tell spring is happening because they're turning yellow, and it's kind of exciting. Um, yeah, so there's lots of stuff going on, but today we're talking about the part three to our, I guess you would say, our three week, three week session on nesting season. First week we talked about how to provide proper nesting material. We talked about how to provide proper nesting boxes for birds that use cavity dwellings to raise their young. And tonight we're going to talk mainly about ways that we can support birds through the food that we provide. Now, I have some interesting statistics here that I want to share with you guys because I think it's really important to know the why behind what we're doing and why we talk about providing seasonally savvy foods, right? Like my sign says, seasonally savvy foods depending on the season. And in a nesting season, the needs are different than they are in winter, right? Winter is all about survival. Birds need to get a lot of fats in their diet and that energy just to maintain life in winter. In spring, it's a different ball game. We aren't just trying to survive, we're thriving, and we want to support the next generation of young. So that's why birds are acting different than they do in winter than they do in spring. So you are going to start seeing some behaviors that are different that you won't see any other time of the year. And I think it's kind of cool to talk about that. Feeders are so important in nesting season, and I know a lot of you, some of you, not all of you, but some of you do, or some of your friends, you tell me about your friends or family that stop feeding birds in the spring and summer because there are natural food resources. I just want to let you know on these statistics how studies have shown that birds that with access to feeders actually fare much better than their counterparts without feeders, especially during nesting season. Let's share some statistics with you, okay? So, feeders allow breeding birds to spend less time searching for food and more time selecting nest locations, constructing those high quality nests. So, they are spending a lot of time just trying to raise their young. So feeders actually play a really active role. So research studies have shown that birds with access to feeders will often lay their eggs earlier than those without feeders. So this is actually a really, really cool statistic because early broods, so babies that are born from birds earlier in the season, actually have a way better success rate of fledging and making it to adult birdhood than broods that are born later in the year, later in the season. So if they're able to spend more time, if birds are able to spend more time doing all the things that they need to do to raise young and less time searching and hunting for food, they are going to do better and their babies are going to do better. It also talks about how when abundant food is accessible for bird parents, they're able obviously to provide more to their babies. And this extra nutrition can increase nestlings' rate of growth and reduce the aggression amongst nest mates. So that's really cool too. So it's not only helping the adults, and it's not just helping the babies, but it's helping like the whole family unit. So even moms benefit. I know we talk often about the guys and what they're doing, but even moms benefit because when moms have access to feeders, they spend less time foraging and more time protecting eggs from predators and having better rates of success with their young. So it's, again, the whole family unit is really, really benefiting when we feed birds, especially during spring and summer nesting season. So I know there's this popular belief that birds don't need our help providing food, and truthfully, they don't necessarily need the help. They know where to find the food, your feeder, because your feeders are that resource. It's that abundant, natural food source that you're providing, that they don't have to spend time foraging, potentially, fighting off predators, things like that. They don't have to worry about, because they know you are providing the things that they need when they need it in the season that makes the biggest impact. So recent such studies actually also show that summer is the most abundant time to see bird activity. And that goes with spring too, because we're kind of in the cusp of migration. So things are going to start ramping up. And this is the time where food makes a big difference. If you want to see some of these birds, especially as orioles start coming in, hummingbirds will be here soon. It'll be one of those things where if you aren't providing it, will they come? Provide it, and they will come. All right? So let's get to it. Let's talk about the exact foods that I believe are the best options to feed birds during the spring, summer nesting season. And the reasons for these foods is that they are high in protein and high in calcium. Two main things that birds all need in nesting season to have a successful year, okay, with nesting. Let's talk about them. So, first one is bark butter bits. Bark butter bits are full of protein. It also has a ton of calcium in it, which is great for birds, strong egg health, strong bone health. So it's equally good for both parents and babies. So very good. I love bark butter bits because they're so versatile. Yes, you can put them in your regular seed mix. Yes, you can put it out as a snack for the bird. Either way, however way you put it out there, equally good. And yes, if you're wondering, is it just the bark butter bits, or is the spreadable kind just as good? Yes, it's just as good. The formula is really no different, other than one is a spreadable version, so you can pretty much place it and frost anything you like. Or you could do like the bits. These are what I call the M&Ms in the trail mix. Birds' favorites, okay? So definitely something that you want to add to or introduce new to your feeder setup if you aren't currently doing it, because it's going to help bird families and bird babies have a great start to their year. Another great option to provide to birds this time of year, mealworms. So we offer a couple different sizes of mealworms. These are dried mealworms. Again, these are great to add into the mix of seed that you already are offering, or you could offer them alone, kind of as a snack on the side. Either way, they're scrumptious, delicious, nutritious food to feed your birds, especially during the spring season when protein is needed. Mealworms are protein. Think protein. And that's what your birds are needing this time of year. And ultimately, the best thing that you could probably be providing for birds right now is our new or returning nesting super blend. Now, nesting super blend is only here during nesting season. So it's going to be here spring through most of the summer. And then kind of in the fall, we winter blend returns, and then nesting season super blend goes away. So it's only here for a limited time. But what makes this so amazing is that it is the highest protein and calcium for a seed blend that you will ever find on the market. So definitely something that you want to look for if you are really trying to help those birds out. You know you have nesting families in your yard. Make sure that you're offering some nesting super blend. Question, I know you're asking yourself, what if I don't offer loose food? It's okay. We've got you there covered too. We offer it in a seed cylinder as well. So there's a lot of different options to provide nesting blend in a different variety of ways. What is the makeup of this? Well, there's quite a lot to unpack here, but obviously you can probably see some of the mealworms in there, And there is also bark butter bits in here. So you already have the top 2 items that we're already talking about when it comes to nesting season and what your birds need. This also has peanuts, and it also has a little bit of natural safflower in it. So if you wanted, it's not completely no mess, but it's really close to being no mess. Natural safflower is that close cousin of regular white safflower, but it has a little bit of a softer shell, so and it has a little bit more protein in it than your typical safflower, which makes it a better ingredient to use in nesting blend because it's less work for the birds to eat it, and it's better for protein, which the birds are needing this time of year. So really, really good stuff. There is some sunflower chips in here as well. It just is a great blend. Now, I do offer my nesting super blend all on its own, but it doesn't mean that you have to. You can mix this in with a blend that you're currently using. Say that you use regular no mess and you wanted to beef up the protein in your regular mix, add some nesting super blend. It doesn't have to be like the whole thing. You just, 1 cup of no mess and 1 cup of nesting super blend, mix it up together, put it in your feeder. The birds are gonna so thank you, and their babies will too, because everyone loves little baby birds, right? Now, there is a cool thing going on with Daily Savings Club members. You have a special promotion this month through the end of the month. If you come in and you buy the Good Morning Bluebird feeder, it's a little cup feeder, super, super cute. There are drainage holes in here, so it won't fill up with water and make a mess. But it's a really cute little feeder, and it's perfect for offering things like little bits of mealworms, which you would get for free if you purchase this for the rest of the month. If you come in as a Daily Savings Club member and purchase this feeder, you get the mealworms for free. But other things you could use a little cup feeder like this for is perfect for treats, right? Put a little bit of nesting blend in there. Anything you'd like, you can probably put in a little cup like this. But it's a great opportunity for you to try to offer more nesting needs, those foods that nesting families need this time of year, with a cup feeder like this. Perfect. That's all you need. Don't need some huge tray, just a little cup feeder, and I'm telling you, the birds are gonna so thank you. All right, you guys have any questions about that? All right, I'm going to quickly talk about some of our events because tomorrow we have an awesome presentation on attracting goldfinches. This is a great opportunity to learn more about some of our favorite birds, and one of our favorite birds is the American goldfinch. They are stunning, and like I talked about this morning or earlier when we first started, they're starting to change colors, and this is when we start to really notice them a lot more than when they were very drab and in their winter coats all winter long. And if you did have goldfinches over the winter or thought you didn't have them, perhaps this presentation was perfect for you, so you can learn more about them and how to keep them around your yard all year round, because yes, they are here all year round. At the end, the last weekend of the month, that is the 27th and 28th, that's Friday, Saturday, we have a special event. We are doing a feeder swap event. This is where you can bring in your old, your tired, your used feeders that you no longer want anymore. And in exchange for that old, tired, worn feeder, we are going to give you 20% off of a brand new feeder of your choice for that exchange. Now, if you do not have a feeder to exchange, no fear. We are still offering 15% off of any feeder that you would like. What we're doing with these exchanged feeders, when you bring in your old feeders, whether they're Wild Birds Unlimited feeders or not, we're going to clean them up, repair them as we can, and then we're going to donate them to schools and libraries and nursing homes in community. Okay, we're going to share the joy of bird feeding, because I know how much bird feeding means to you guys and how much it means to me, and I love to share that joy that birds bring to my life with everyone I meet. So that is exactly what my goal is with this feeder swap event, is that we can collect more feeders so that we can share the joy of birds with our community. So that is, again, Friday the 27th and Saturday the 28th of March, all day long, 9 to 5 p.m. We can take advantage of the feeder swap exchange. And then another important thing I want to mention before I get off is that we have a really fun, exciting spring feeder cleaning event coming up. That date is April 11th. The time will be 10 to 3 p.m. So mark your calendars, send it to your friends, tell your family. Feeder cleaning, spring feeder cleaning is here. This year we are going to be hosting a Girl Scout troop, and if you were here one of the weekends that they were out front selling cookies in front of our store, it's the same troop, and they're going to be helping us clean up the feeders, getting them spick and span for you, keeping your birds healthy and happy. And in return, we're asking for a suggested donation of $3 per feeder to help them with their fundraising that they are working towards. I'm sure you'll hear all about it when you come on April 11th. But you guys have a wonderful weekend. Don't forget tomorrow's goldfinch presentation. I will promise you that I will have all the April events up on our website and hopefully Facebook, but for sure on our website by next Friday. Hold me to it. All right, we will definitely have all the events for April listed. There's a lot of fun things coming down the pipeline, so I hope that you're ready for all that fun that spring has to offer. And I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and we'll see you next Friday. Bye now.